Pound that gavel. Yeah.
We'll call the June 17th Plan Commission meeting to order. Can we have a roll call, please, Meredith?
Yep. Jason Carnahan?
Here.
Kellen Dooley?
Yes.
Bill Van Wy?
Yes.
Sandy Harrison? Jerry Yoder?
Here.
Frank Pulver?
Here.
Suzanne Davis? Angie Holt?
Here.
Tyler Lanning?
Here.
Alicia Rogers? Mike McCarowicz? Andrew Cruz?
Here.
Chris Gallmer? And Meredith Wright here.
Okay, now we will all stand, if we're able to, for the Pledge of Allegiance.
For which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now have a moment if somebody would like to lead us in a quick word of prayer.
Let's bow our heads. Father God, in your word it says that where two or more gathered, you will be here also. So we invite you into this meeting, Lord, to let us make wise decisions for your honor and your glory, and also for the residents of this DeKalb County, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
You should have all received in your packets the minutes from the May meeting. If there's no additions or corrections or questions, we would entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve previous minutes of the previous meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Minutes are approved. Same thing with claims from May in your packet. There's no questions or corrections or additions. Would entertain a motion to approve claims.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve claims from May. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Claims are approved. No business, correct? No old business, correct, Chris?
Nope.
New business, petition 26-19, Mark Troyer requesting development plan for confined feeding operation for approximately 80,000 chickens and associated accessory uses. Property is located at 4023 County Road 53 Butler and is zoned A2 agricultural.
This is just a development plan for the permitted use on the property. Property is zoned A2 agricultural. Confined feeding operation is permitted. This is above the IDEM regulations, but is still permitted in the A2 zoning district. In your packet shows the development plan standards that pertain to this development. I'll just quickly go through these. If anyone has any questions, I believe in your packet was the development plan packet. We also have, just in the last day or two, gotten the IDEM approval. So I think that was a condition of approval, but if it isn't, then it doesn't need to be added in there. Under the development standards, the proposed setbacks, the front yard setback is a minimum of 50 feet, and they have proposed 310.69. The side yard setback is 30 feet. They have proposed 1,872 feet for the north and 528 feet for the south. And the rear is proposed 377 feet, and they have the requirement is 30 feet. So as you can see, they're above the requirements for those setbacks. The maximum impervious surface allowed is 20%, and with the total development on the site, existing and proposed, they're at only 3%. Maximum height allowed is 35 feet, they're proposed 20 feet. They're going to utilize the existing driveway, which has been approved by the Highway Department. The stormwater pollution prevention plan has been, I believe, approved by the Soil Water Conservation District. I believe they just need to publish their notice in the paper, but all permits would be issued at the development plan. There's no fence and walls. They meet the height standards. There's no landscaping, no lighting. On page 2 there, no outdoor storage, no parking standards required. The setback standards, as we just said, they meet the standards. the sewer and water standards. There's no new septic system proposed, and water will be supplied through the private well on site. And there's no signage plan submitted, probably none needed for the site as well. So with that, Brian is here. If you guys have any questions, I believe the Troyers are here as well, sitting next to Brian, if you got any questions. In the site plan packet shows the, page 2 of the site plan shows the aerial on the property, so you can take a look and see at that, what it's doing there. Was it approved by surveyor's office? Yes, back in May, so we've had this for a little while. Thanks to them for being patient with us as we got them docketed for the plan commission, so.
Can you make sure that light's turned on the microphone?
Blue light?
Appreciate it.
Good evening. For the record, my name is Brian Munch with Munch Engineering, offices at 4000 Clarks Creek Road, Plainfield, Indiana. Tonight I get the privilege of representing Mark and Amanda Troyer, who's also in attendance with us in their new confined feeding operation located at 4023 County Road 53. As Chris mentioned, this is a applicable use for the property and the zoning that is on the property. We are compliant with the development standards. Real briefly, the facility that we're proposing tonight is 2 buildings that are 600 feet in length by 60 feet in width, with approximately 80 feet between them, located on this 79-acre parcel. The natural ground of the topography, or the natural topography of the property itself, there's a ridge line that comes through that we're building up on the upper ridge. Then we're using the roadway that follows that ridge as almost like a detention area. We presented this to the DeKalb County Drainage Board. They were approval of our recommendation going forward on how we're handling the stormwater management. The land itself, like I said, is approximately 79 acres where the field will be sitting, and we're disturbing approximately 18 acres of that with this new development. This confined feeding operation will be for approximately 80,000 chickens or 80,000 broilers. Any of the manure that would come out of that would be land applied. As Chris mentioned as well, that we received IDIM approval 2 days ago. That part of that IDIM approval, that the manure would be land applied across 125 acres of property. The Troyer family has contracted to farm over 1,700 acres in this geographical area, so we have more than enough space to land apply the manure that will be generated from the confined feeding. With that, I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that may be had.
Is the manure stored inside until you change the animals?
Yeah, as the bedding changes, we remove that. Yeah, the animals change out, we remove the manure, then we land apply that.
How many days do you approximately think that a change of your chickens are in there?
So the changeover every 2 months, the flock would be in these confined feeding operations being raised up to 2 months, then we would change over.
Or do you have any outside manure storage?
There's not our manure storage being proposed.
Because if you change over 2 months, you won't have places to haul sometimes.
Oh, they're inside the building. Oh, I'm sorry, I misspoke. There is manure storage outside at the rear of the property in a small lean-to area.
So it's covered?
That's correct. Yeah, I misspoke, I'm sorry.
And they passed all their, that's 2 big buildings. They have all the water off the buildings.
Drainage Board approved that back in May.
Yep. Okay. And you said that, I look at these maps, what are these dark things on these maps right here? Are those buffers?
The drainage swale.
That's a drainage swale.
Drainage ditches.
Carries it to the east down to an open ditch.
Is there an open ditch there?
Yep, to the east of the location of
the
these
east.
buildings. Yep. It's a lateral.
I don't see it.
Runs down to the CO Metcalf.
Oh, okay. All right, I see it now. What's that? Yeah.
There You'll be able to see that one, Bill.
Give us the old man, can't see nothing. And this is how the building's set, right? Okay. And you said there's, what, 8 feet between the buildings?
Approximately 80 feet.
80?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that's awfully close for.
80.
80. Not alone I'm blind, I still can't hear.
God love you. We got you, buddy.
And on the rear side, there'll be a cement pad with a lean-to, right? So you can push it out there.
Yeah,
Was that it there?
yeah.
Between the buildings?
That's correct.
Between the buildings? Now, my next question, I don't know whether we want to get in this, is traffic. Is that going to increase? Is that nothing we have anything to say?
We don't have any say over it. It was approved by the highway department, and all they're looking at is the driveway location. The county does not have any regulations as far as truck traffic or anything like that. I'm assuming that if they're getting new broilers every couple months, you're just gonna have trucks coming in, loading and unloading there. If you wanna come up too, Mark, and give us a little idea of what your,
So approximately,
yeah. and just give your name and address for the record.
Mark Troyer,
Thank you.
4066 County Road 57, Butler, Indiana. So flocks will change every 2 months. There'll be roughly, on average, 10 to 12 feed trucks per month.
Okay.
That gives you an idea on truck traffic.
And how often are trucks coming in during the week?
Maybe one or two, it all depends on the size of the birds. As they get bigger, they'll eat more feed. So
Okay.
at the beginning of the flock, very few.
He's like no distance at all off of County Road 40, which is set up for traffic. What are you, 500 feet from 40 maybe?
Not even
much.
500 feet.
From County Road 40?
County Road 40 is one of the minor arterial roads.
That's a Chris.
It's like 310 feet
That's
from that,
closer,
but yeah.
You have bins set up so you can handle semi-loads of feed.
Yes, there will be.
And as curiosity,
So local, so it's
is this all gonna be
road or
like landscape, or will you
Yes.
have crops around this here?
Around the buildings will be landscaped, and then out front, I would call it the front half towards County Road 40 will be crops.
He did say the waste storage is covered.
Yes, it is all under roof.
What is the size of that area?
I believe it's a 40 by 60 or 40 by 80,
40 by 62.
okay, with a 6-foot concrete wall around it.
And you can clean this out with skid loaders, right?
Yes, yep.
And this has all gone through item and had all the path.
We just got approval from IDEM, what, yesterday, or
Yeah, we emailed.
Tuesday, or, yeah, I know.
We emailed you yesterday.
Yesterday?
It was approved yesterday morning.
Yeah.
We submitted application
Yep.
for permit.
This is one thing, this system, compared to the others are building, items gonna be involved.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Highly regulated.
All he has to do now is just put.
Stop it.
That's just throwing a wrench in it.
No, thank you.
Good thing. It's been hard enough, isn't it?
Oh, thank you. Just want to engineer that.
Anybody else have any, on the board, have any questions for the petitioners? Does anybody from the public wish to speak for or against the petition? If you'd come up to the microphone, state your name and address if you want to speak.
My name's Terry Hauser. I live at 5276 County Road 40 in Butler, and it's patty cornered across the street from Troyer's. We live on family land. It's third generation. We built our house 32 years ago. There has never been large-scale animal farming out there. It's always been agricultural crops. And Troyer's leased the land on 3 sides of our house. I can only imagine they're going to be dumping animal waste on this land around my home. And we like to be outside all the time in the summer. And I have like asthma. I'll never be able to go outside and breathe with 80,000 chickens across the street and the animal waste being dumped around our house. And I just think that 80,000 chickens is just too much, just beyond imagine. And we're totally, my husband and I are totally against it. We don't wish to cause problems, but I mean, we've been there 32 years and we don't understand why this is possible.
Ron Hollinger, 5362 County Road 36A. I'm all for it, for a young guy to keep his farm going, so that's where I stand.
Question? Troyer? On your item permit, how many, that has to be covered up within so many hours after you haul it, don't it? Mark. On your manure, it has to be dissed in or worked in so many hours after you plant, after you haul it.
Yes, I'm not for sure on the timing on that yet, but yes, it has to be, and then,
Unless they changed it, it doesn't have to be incorporated.
I know some of them does.
You can't store it in a field without doing something for 24 hours. You can't stockpile it
right.
more than 24 hours, but I don't think they ever changed the rule to incorporate
I thought
it.
it did have to be incorporated.
I don't
but
think
then-
so. They talked about it. I think Ohio did.
Maybe they talked about it.
Ohio did, but I don't think Indiana changed it. Well,
Yeah, you're right, Ohio did.
if they did,
Indiana
nobody's told
might
me.
not have. Yeah.
But for IDEM, they required us to sign up 125 dedicated acres.
Right.
That's all they said we needed for this operation.
I just thought, I like her, I thought item required.
And I'm not 100% sure either, but just so the board's aware and the audience is aware, the county has no regulations as far as anything more than what's on the staff report as to where or how or manure is stored or laid on ground. So for these type of operations and anything under that, obviously, the county does not have regulations as far as where manure goes on people's property.
Anybody else in the audience wish to speak on this petition? Seeing none, we'll close the public comment portion and move on to the findings.
Hey, thank you. We're going to go through the proposed findings. These are not final until voted on by the Plan Commission, but we're going to go through these proposed findings, starting with the jurisdictional findings. Application completed and filed on April 14th.
Yes.
Legal notice published in the Star on June 5th, and affidavit given to staff.
Yes.
Certificate of mailing notices sent and receipts given to staff.
Yes.
Letter from the County Board of Health dated May 29th.
Yes.
Letter from the County Highway Department dated April 29th.
Yes.
Letter from the DeKalb County Soil and Water Conservation District dated May 4th.
Yes.
Letter from the Drainage Board dated May 7th.
Yes.
Airport Board report is not applicable here, and the real estate being developed is zoning District A2 agriculture. which permits the requested development. Now, proposed findings, here, when considering approval of a development plan, the DeKalb County Plan Commission shall, under sections 9.08B, 6, and 7 of the DeKalb County Unified Development Ordinance, determine the following. And there are 3 questions. Number 1, and any of you can answer these at any time, but we just want to have some discussion and answers on the record. Number 1, does the development plan meet the minimum design standards listed in section 9.08 of the development plan?
Yes, all the minimum design standards are met. See staff report and non-objection letters from the DeKalb Highway Department, Health Department, Drainage Board, Soil and Water Conservation District.
All right, and number 2, is the development plan consistent with the county comprehensive plan?
Yes, commercial agricultural development is encouraged in the areas zoned appropriately.
Number 3, does the development plan comply with the standards of this unified development ordinance?
Yes, the development plan is in compliance with the development standards and unified development ordinance and staff report letters from the DeKalb County Highway Department, Health Department, Drainage Board, Soil and Water Conservation District.
And flipping over the page, it's noted that staff is recommending approval of the development plan and recommends, in addition, the following conditions of approval that I will read. Number 1, the Plan Commission retains continuing jurisdiction of this development plan to assure compliance with all terms and conditions and/or impose additional conditions deemed necessary for health and safety. Number 2, this development plan is approved for a confined feeding operation for approximately 80,000 chicken and associated accessory uses. Number 3, development to commence within 3 years and be completed within 7 years. See UDO section 9.08H. And number 4, no certificate of occupancy or certificate of completion shall be issued until the applicant files written evidence of compliance with any conditions of the DeKalb County Board of Health, Highway Department, Drainage Board, Surveyor, Airport, and Soil and Water Conservation District or other agency as applicable. And further, where applicable, file written evidence of compliance with federal or state agencies where identified in the findings or conditions, the zoning administrator to determine when conditions have been met. I would also recommend, especially since it's already been done, but recommend that we add in a 5th condition of IDEM approval required. Already has? Okay. Well, right, but I just said as an official condition, I think, number 5. Wouldn't hurt to have it in there, just for the record.
And then I would also like to add that I recommend that Mark work with his neighbor as far as spreading of his manure or stockpiling it close to the house, or to work with them.
So these conditions of approval would have to be enforced through the Plan Commission?
Yeah, I'm just stating it,
Okay, so
just on the record.
okay. So not as a condition of approval?
No,
just-
right.
Okay, gotcha, Jerry, thank you.
Is there any other discussion amongst the board on this petition? If there's no further discussion, we would entertain a motion to approve or deny petition 26-19.
Move to approve petition 26-19.
I will second.
I have a motion and a second for approval. Meredith, can we have a roll call vote?
Yes. Alan Dooley,
Yes.
Bill Van Wy,
Yes.
Sandy Harrison,
Yes.
Jerry Yoder,
Yes.
Frank Pulver,
Yes.
Suzanne Davis,
Yes.
Angie Holt, Tyler Lanning,
Yes.
Jason Carnahan.
Yes.
Guys, I'll have Charity get in touch with you about, I know you've submitted the application for the improvement location permit, so things should be rolling in that way, so if you guys are ready to start doing work, we can get that going. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Is this yours or his?
Chickens.
Yours?
Seal it. This is wrapping paper.
Yeah. Wait,
right, moving on to petition 26-20. Lakewood Park Baptist Church Incorporated requesting a zone map amendment of approximately 183 acres from R1, low density and residential, to IN, institutional. Property is located at 5555 County Road 29, Auburn, Indiana.
So with this, sorry, I'm bringing it up on my map so I can look. With this property, they've got approximately 183 acres in total there. And the majority of it, as you can see on in your staff report, I'd say probably half of it is zoned the institutional, which allows for the school. The other remaining property surrounding that is zoned R1, low density residential. They're proposing to have all of that within the institutional zoning district. They own all the property. There's no plans for them to get rid of or sell off or whatever, any of that property that's not for the school. So proposing that become all institutional. It is on our future land use map that was approved back in just January of 26 or February 26 as a community use, which allows for the institutional zoning district. So with that, there's approximately 63 acres, like I said, is already zoned institutional, encompasses the school and 2 ball fields. So it leaves approximately 120 acres in the R1 low density residential zoning district that they're proposing to change the zoning to. On page 2 shows the map of the property. County Road 52 to the north, County Road 29 to the west, County Road 31 to the east, and the yellow dash line shows the properties that they own. Page 3, kind of a zoomed in aerial map of that property location. Page 4 shows the existing zoning map. The purple there is the institutional zoning. As you can see, encompasses most of their property, follows some sort of easement or drainage on the west and the pond there to the east. It says light blue, but it doesn't come up in that color. Just kind of the gray surrounding is the low density residential. They do have some extraterritorial jurisdiction along County Road 52. I have talked to the city of Auburn. They're okay with that going to low density residential as well. If they would ever, and I've talked to Lakewood Christian School about this too. If they would ever, they're currently under, and correct me if I'm wrong guys, currently under city sewer, but not city water. So that's what requires us to have it under our jurisdiction versus the city of Auburn's. If they had both, then it would automatically kick them into the city of Auburn's jurisdiction. So with that, proposing to rezone that ETJ area to institutional as well. Page 5 shows the future land use map. Again, that blue is community use, which includes the school. And then page 6, oops, I didn't take that out, I apologize. Should go all the way up to County Road 52 as a proposed zoning. So everything within the yellow dash line would be institutional. On page 7, we just highlight there the differences between the low density residential and the institutional zoning districts. Obviously in the low density residential, you're going to allow for residential uses, childcare homes, manufactured homes, short-term rentals, fair housing, agricultural crop production. In the institutional district there, you still allow agricultural crop production, some small commercial uses, and then the more institutional districts allowing for community center, government center, hospital, library, school, which is should be K through 12 there, not P through. It didn't fix? Weird. Who knows? We did go over this. So it should be K through 12, or it should be P, I guess preschool through 12, maybe they do that. But anyway, so the use is permitted in that institutional zoning district. We're just kind of wanting to clean that up and get that into a full proposed use, or sorry, zoning district there. Happy to take any questions you guys have at this time. If not, I know, I forget your name, I'm so sorry. Roy. All right. All right. People here representing Lakewood Park School as well, if you have any questions.
Oh, this is just a clean up an error, or there's just,
It's not really an error, I would say. I'm not sure if they rezoned that property or not, but back in 2009, when the UDO was created, I believe that what the planning commission did was just rezone the parts of the school that were actually used for the school and not take into account additional property that they owned. They may have acquired additional land since 2009, but this is just something to more or less clean up, yeah, what they've got. They do have proposed a little bit of expansion for ball fields, and I think they can explain that a little bit. What their expansion is that would have to be permitted in the rezone, but you know, anything that they would own as staff, I fully support them changing the zoning.
and you said this is 183 acres, right? 183 acres?
The total acreage, I believe, is about 183 acres that they own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Shelby Gerhart with TE Incorporated, 8620 Bluffton Road, Fort Wayne, Indiana. As Chris mentioned, yeah, they have 7 parcels in total that they're wanting to rezone to institutional. Right now, they have plans for some tennis courts and a parking lot, and down the future, maybe some other ball fields and sports facilities for use by the school and the church. So they decided just to rezone everything all at once. That way that's ready for any other future development they may have.
Good to meet you, Shelby.
You too.
Talked to you a couple times, haven't seen your face.
Yep. I keep getting your scam emails too.
Yeah. Apologize for those. Just send the check to me
Yeah.
personally. All right. Yeah, I'll take the cash.
Anybody have any questions for Shelby?
It does cover church and churches on there, okay.
Yep.
Zone, okay. No, it should be pretty straightforward. They're just trying to get everything in one zoning.
Right, and like she said, there's phased expansion happening, for some future ball fields over the next, I'd say, 10 or 15, maybe 20 years, depending on
I don't know that
what you guys.
they even know the timeline yet
Yeah.
either.
So right now they have a proposed expansion for tennis courts,
In a parking
sort of kind of in a parking lot along County Road 31 with a new driveway off 31, but that's it for right now.
Thank you.
Thanks, Shelby.
Anyone in the audience wish to speak on this petition? Seeing none, we'll close the public comment portion and move on to our findings.
All right, I talked to Chris Gomer a little bit about this, and I will disclose that I am the attorney for the Lakewood Park, but I was not a part of this particular petition. But I'll just disclose that. First of all, these are going to be proposed findings until they're voted on by the Plan Commission, and we'll start with jurisdictional findings. Meredith, application completed and filed on May 21st.
Yes.
Legal notice published in the Star on June 5th, and publisher's affidavit received.
Yes.
Certificate of mailing, notices sent, and receipts given to staff.
Yes.
Non-objection letter from the County Board of Health dated May 29th.
Yes.
Non-objection letter from the County Highway Department dated June 1st.
Yes.
non-objection letter from the DeKalb County Soil and Water Conservation District dated May 22nd.
Yes.
Non-objection letter from the county surveyor dated May 28th.
Yes.
Non-objection letter from the DeKalb County Airport Authority dated May 27th.
Yes.
All right, we have five matters to consider under the UDO and statutory matters to consider, and we'll go down through each one, and anyone can answer as needed. Number one is the change in zoning paying reasonable regard to the comprehensive plan.
Yes, the subject area has a future land use designation of community use. The proposed zoning district and uses therein are compatible with the future land use designation.
And then we have number two is the change in zoning paying reasonable regard to the current conditions and the character of current structures and uses in each district.
Yes, the existing development surrounding the property is farm ground and residential uses and zoned R1 low in density and residential. This change in zoning will be consistent with the surrounding properties and the current conditions and character of structures and land uses in the area.
Number three is the change in zoning paying reasonable regard to the most desirable use for which the land in each district is adapted.
Yes, the proposed zoning district is desirable for this property and the area.
Number four is the change in zoning paying reasonable regard to the conservation of property values throughout the jurisdiction.
Yes, the property values of the area should not be disturbed negatively.
Number five is the change in zoning paying reasonable regard to responsible development and growth.
Yes, in changing the zoning of the property to institutional, the Plan Commission will be promoting the desired use of the land while promoting responsible development and growth.
So staff is recommending a favorable recommendation to the county commissioners for the requested zone map amendment. Should there be any conditions or commitments made by the Plan Commission and adopted by the county commissioners, they shall be written and recorded in the office of the DeKalb County Recorder, but I do not see any on. Back to you.
Okay. Is there any further discussion from the board on this petition?
On 29, just after you go through the intersection, there are crops there on the east side on this proposed land. Is that, I mean, you can do that? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Institutional can have cropland.
It still allows, most of our zoning districts in the county, doesn't matter what they are, allows for
Crops.
agricultural crop
Okay.
production. Yeah, they are still allowed that.
I thought it'd be a great place for a golf course, but
Well, there's a built-in,
go.
Yeah.
there's a built-in pond there.
The Pulver Golf Course?
Well, little executive 9-hole right down there.
Pulver Greens, there you go.
There's a sledding hill.
We got ground not too far from there.
Do you want to donate $2 or $3 million to the school, Frank, for that? They might consider it there.
Yeah. Okay.
Checks made payable too.
If there's no more discussion from the board, like Andrew said, we, as a zone map amendment, we're looking for a favorable, unfavorable, or no recommendation to the commissioners. I would entertain any of those three motions.
I would move to make a favorable recommendation to the commissioners.
Second.
I have a motion and a second for a favorable recommendation for petition 26-20. Can we have a roll call vote, please, Meredith?
Yes. Kellen Dooley. Yes. Bill Van Wy.
Yes.
Sandy Harrison.
Yes.
Jerry Yoder.
Yes.
Frank Pulver.
Yes.
Suzanne Davis.
Yes.
Angie Holt.
Yes.
Tyler Lanning.
Yes.
Jason Carnahan.
Yes.
So I'll let you know, guys, when this is going to county commissioners. You don't have to show up. Should be a relatively simple thing. It's not considered a public hearing, so you don't need to show up, but I will let you know when it is. So if one of y'all want to come, you're free to. It might not be this next week. It might be the following, but it shouldn't hold up your progress. Okay? Thanks, guys. Don't feel free to stick around. You guys can get home. It's 7:40. Thank you.
Our third petition this evening, 2621, is a consideration of a text amendment to the development standards for Article 5, 5.16, and FW05, fence and wall institutional, commercial, and airport commercial districts. This amendment is proposed to add language regarding fences around sports fields, sports courts, or sports facilities to be exempt from the height requirement. Various minor revisions may be necessary to make these amendments, i.e. page numbers, section numbers, etc. Chris Gallmer.
Yep. So with this, when we were talking to Lakewood, one thing that we found out was that fences around any type of sports fields would have to be, per our ordinance, not exceed 4 feet in height. That's under B number 1, which obviously, if any of you have played sports, I played baseball for about one evening. Y'all are laughing, but it's true. Talk to my dad. 4 feet in height is not enough for them to have these. So in our institutional, commercial, and airport commercial districts, proposing that that can be an exception, that they can have the fences around sports fields to the height that they feel necessitates what's needed. If Chris comes out there, he's a young tyke at Lakewood and foul balls it, he needs to be able to obviously not hit his parents' windshield. So with that, just proposing that these type of things are exempt from the fence and wall height standards of our UDO.
That's pretty straightforward. Is there any discussion among the board?
If anyone wants to talk about their baseball or tennis or whatever, they can as well. You don't want to?
Nothing to brag about.
Nothing to brag about.
Anybody in the public have any comment on this petition, this proposed text amendment? Being done, we'll close public comment portion and move on to Andrew.
All right.
There's not any real findings with this other than
Not really.
just kind of,
Consideration.
yeah,
Matters to consider.
right. You can read through them all, Andrew, and make sure people are
Know what we're talking about.
good with it, but
It
yeah.
was a legal notice, I guess.
Okay, yes, so first of all, jurisdictional, legal notice published in the Star on June 5th and publisher's affidavit given to staff, Meredith?
Yes.
Okay. Then we have a series of questions. Number one, is the change in text in harmony with the comprehensive plan? Maybe if one of you could at least speak on the record about some of these, they're gonna probably be pretty obvious. But, so is the change in text in harmony with the comprehensive plan?
Yes.
All right. Is the change in text consistent with the current conditions and character of current structures and uses in each zoning district?
Yes.
All right. Does the change in text help with the most desirable use for which the land in each zoning district is adapted?
Yes.
Sure, including sports fields, right? Number four, will the change in text promote the conservation of property values throughout the jurisdiction?
Yes, it should have nothing to do with property values.
Yep. And number five, will the change in text promote responsible growth and development in the county?
Yes.
All right, couldn't hurt that, right?
Stop them softball from hitting somebody's house.
There you go. So increase the value of their house there, maybe. All right. So I think, is this another one of those recommendations?
Recommendation, yeah.
Okay.
Text amendment.
Andrew, I do have a question for our
Yes.
attorney.
Okay.
Up here, this changes in shooting ranges. Can you explain that very first one about the IC, the 14-22-31-5-8? What does that exactly
Where are you looking at?
mean?
Shooting ranges? I didn't see anything about shooting
On
ranges.
the back page.
I think you're looking at something for later.
Oh, I thought this was what.
No, that's the stuff for, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh, well, I thought we were talking about that now.
No.
we're just exempting,
Fence height.
exempt,
All we're doing is looking at the,
yeah, exempting fence height for sports fields, fence and wall heights for sports fields.
Wall height.
Good. I was hoping you didn't want to put a fence around the gun club.
I don't think it has anything to do with the gun club, does it here? Okay.
Okay.
This is what we're doing.
Because you were talking about sports fields,
Yep.
and I didn't know if they considered a gun club a sports field or not.
So it says,
I mean, it theoretically could be, but they would have to want to put a fence up.
it doesn't require a
No,
fence.
no, no, no,
Yeah,
no, no,
correct.
no. It exempts someone from wanting to put a fence up around a sports field, sports court, sports facility, to be exempt from the 4-foot requirement. So if they wanted to go whatever height they need to go, they can go that height. This isn't for what you're looking at, though.
Well, but I just wanted to make sure that this fence, you're talking about sports fields, and I wanted to make sure that the,
We're not requiring anyone to put a fence up.
okay.
Like if Lakewood builds something like a, let's say, a tennis court, they're not required to have a tall fence, but if they want to, because almost every tennis court does, they can.
Correct.
They won't have to go through, they won't have
It won't have to be a special exception.
right, they won't have to go to the BZA for a special exemption for a taller fence.
Right.
They'll just be exempted from fence height.
So it's not requiring them to have a fence, and if the gun club is considered a sports field, they're not required to have a fence under this either. Of course, a fence probably is not gonna stop a bullet or.
If there's no more discussion from the board, like the last petition, we would entertain a favorable, unfavorable, or no recommendation for these amendment changes.
I'll do a favorable recommendation.
Second.
We have a favorable, or a motion and a second for a favorable recommendation for petition 2621. We have a roll call vote, please.
Yes. Kellen Dooley. Bill Van Wy.
Yes.
Andy Harrison.
Yes.
Barry Yoder.
Yes.
Frank Pulver. Suzanne Davis.
Yes.
Angie Holt. Tyler Lanning.
Yes.
Jason Carnahan.
Yes. Next on here is reports from our officers, committees, town liaisons, et cetera.
Auburn had a few things, the last meeting. NatMos Museum wants to build a cold storage building next to, just to the south of the ACD Museum, so they can keep cars in there. They won't be heated, it won't have any plumbing or anything, so. Other than one person objected to the facade of it just being metal or whatever, that was approved. Then Auburn Drive rezoning was interesting. There's, like between South Wayne Street and Grand Staff, there's an area that's vacant there. It's got some houses to the east, small lots, and then there's a manufacturing facility. It's kind of a long white building. Well, the person who owns all that property where the trees are, and he's purchased all the land that was zoned for residential, but they're small lots. And then the city did something to end Hazel Street. Now you don't have access to some of those lots. They're only like 30 feet wide anyway, so nobody's clamoring to build homes there. And apparently there was some chemical dumping in that area from that building at some point in time. I don't know when that happened. That got remediated by the state, but that can't ever be used for housing. So this guy who owns all of it wanted it all rezoned to industrial because he's got 19 lots he's paying for. And he doesn't want to do that anymore. So there was a lot of pushback from the neighbors, but they ended up with a favorable recommendation to the council anyway to rezone it. So to make it easy for them, because there'll be a chance for the people to come back and object to any possible development there. And then North Point Housing Addition was proposed. Amy Schweitzer, who used to be the plan commissioner person, she presented for that. It's gonna be just north of Bridgewater. And I think the only way you can get there is to go through Bridgewater. I think it's called Approach Drive. And that's the only way to get into it. So I think it was gonna be like 33 or 34 homes. So the only people who kind of objected were the people who live on Approach Drive and were happy that the building was finally done. And they were done with trucks and all that stuff. So unless they can get, I think they maybe will have access to the east or something at some point in the future. I mean, they're not, I wasn't clear on that, and they didn't seem to be either. You can't really go north to 34. Because that's, anyway, it's just, it's more houses, and that got approved. Big houses. And that's it.
Hamilton had a meeting where they approved a sign ordinance, and then they vacated, combining 2 lots. Then Butler had a public hearing on 2 parcels, and they forwarded the, approval to the city council for building approval. And they also talked about tiny home text write-in, subdivision, single splits that Andrew explained that if they met all the criteria, they had to approve it. And they discussed fee schedules, and the fee schedules are reasonable for the city of Butler. And that's about it. Oh, yes. Yes, Pam Howard is taking the place of Brett Shaw on July 9th. So.
Taking the place of who?
Brett Shaw.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Who is Pam Howard?
She was Waterloo.
And she went to Winona Lake. Plan at that time was to maybe move to Winona area, but didn't, so now she's
Is it,
back in Hamilton.
is that the house, is her dad the one that had the insurance?
No.
No. Okay.
No, she's in the, but she lives in this area.
Yeah,
somewhere
she lives,
between Hamilton and Butler, I think.
she lives closer to Butler on 1, just north of 24.
St. Joe supposedly had their first zoning meeting. I didn't make it, but they were supposed to send me the minutes, but I haven't seen the minutes. I'd like to take a peek at the minutes, what happened at their zoning board. I don't know what got passed or what didn't. But wish I could have been there, but I was out of town.
I assume you are going to give us a report
Yeah.
from your,
ready for my report?
from your data center trip?
Well, maybe not the data center trip, but I've got the next meeting on July 15th will be a data center Q&A starting at 5:30. There'll be a presentation by Roberto Giardo. I don't mess his name up. I feel so bad. Giardo from Purdue University. He's done a couple presentations. I believe if any one of you are Farm Bureau members, he's doing one through Farm Bureau as well. Jim Miller, County Commissioner, recommended that he come in and speak to the Plan Commission about data centers in general, how get kind of any factual information, questions that the Plan Commission has or the public has. So that'll be from 5:30. I would anticipate, being here for at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depending on how long the presentation lasts and how many people are here to ask questions. But more of a proactive opportunity to get more information on data centers before the committee begins constructing and writing the data center ordinance that is currently in moratorium.
Is that gonna be in this room?
It will be. Yep. And then your 3-page handout that I gave you is something that our state legislators have put into place starting July 1st of 2020. The first page, or did I say 2020?
Yes, you
Why did I
did.
say 2020?
I was wondering.
Mask up.
2020, mask up, 2026. There's a lot of reporting that our office is going to have to do. It actually just states that the county executive needs to be reporting this information. So technically, it's the county commissioners that have to report this. Yeah, not me. But there's a lot of information here that we're gonna have to start reporting on housing, the number of proposed residential units submitted, the number that were approved, the number that were denied, the number of plats approved, the number of plats denied, the number of housing units we currently have versus how many are proposed versus how many are finished. So it's a lot of what our Northeast Indiana group is calling ridiculous information that they can receive based off of housing statistics that they already get from the Census Bureau. But this is what our state legislators are requiring the county to do, and compiling it by December, I believe it's December 30th or 31st, which is a holiday. So that's interesting too, that you have to do it on a holiday. Anyway, some information there. But on page 2 and page 3 and page 4 are things that the Plan Commission is required to do by January 1st of 27. We are required to have a public hearing to review zoning and other land development rules. This is not considered the public hearing. I'm just giving you guys this information. I plan to have this probably in August as a Plan Commission meeting, and I'll get with Meredith to send out an email or text to you guys. Maybe try to do this as a special meeting in the morning. That way we can discuss these things. We do have to show minutes and what our proposal is to these items that they believe will help with housing in Indiana. A lot of information that they have, or a lot of things that they want to see here are things that we are doing now, but also things that are in our comprehensive plan that were brought up. For instance, allowing accessory dwelling units or dwelling units that are on the same plot of land as a single family house. Eliminating development standards there for garage size, which we don't have, roof pitch, which we don't have. We do require a minimum lot size and square footage, setbacks, off-street parking. So there's some things there that we do need to review and discuss, but I will bring this forward as a public hearing when time allows. And then also in here is additional information from this House bill, fees and deadline changes. Basically, we have to make sure that our fees do not exceed what is, quote, reasonably necessary for us to review these. They don't add what a definition is for reasonably necessary. So is reasonably necessary paying our Plan Commission members or our BZA members or our Plat Committee members? It doesn't say. Is reasonably necessary just the time that it takes for Plan Commission staff to review applications, or does that mean also the time it takes the surveyor's office and the soil water district and the county highway and health department to review these? It doesn't say. A lot of things in here that just is
Vague.
Thank you. I was going to use a much worse term, but vague is good. Also does not allow us to increase our fees except every 5 years after December 31st of 2026. Now, we did increase our fees, we did increase our fees just a couple years ago. Not increase, we reviewed our fees and increased where necessary our fees. Basically, our fees currently do not cover the cost of a plan commission meeting. Not only just paying our members, but paying the security that's required to have downstairs, the electricity to turn the lights on, any of the paper that we spend to prepare the documents, but then can't be increased but every 5 years, but only by the inflation rate. So if our inflation rate is only 5%, we can only increase our fees by a maximum of 5%.
How does that work?
All voted for him.
We discussed previously some of the bigger applications that we get that take a lot more time, a lot more technical review about not refunding the full amount.
So we did that, yes. So we would only allow a refund if they withdraw and it's only up to 50%.
Right, so this is worded that an applicant to be refunded in full if it fails to meet deadlines. Does that mean if they?
We fail to meet deadlines.
Okay,
So
we can still hang on to our portion.
Correct, and we still require, and this is another vague thing, is that we require applications to be complete before they can be docketed for the plan commission.
Right.
For us, a complete application requires approvals from, or non-objection letters from, Health, Highway, Soil, Water, Drainage Board, or Surveyor's Office. If they're held up in the Surveyor's Office, it's still not considered a complete application.
Right.
Now, if they would receive a complete application and we just don't docket it for 6 months, they can be issued a refund if we don't get it docketed in time.
So if they withdraw, we're not out all of our
Correct.
fee.
Correct.
Is this something where you may want to consider increasing your fees again before the end of the year so that you're not caught before the?
These are things we'll need to talk
Prohibition?
about. These are things we need to talk about during the public hearing process, but I would suggest we look at our fees, and I'll bring this information to us to see what a rezone, if we would just have a rezone here between the plan commission, y'all know what you get paid to be here, except Andrew. He's, and myself, don't get paid to be here additionally, but, you know, for each of y'all to be here, can be expensive, and the $300 fee that we allow for a rezone doesn't pay for even half of our members to be in attendance. So we need to look at that. And then there's the Senate Enrolled Act that, Jerry, you were looking at for shooting ranges. There's nothing really there that the Planning Commission needs to look at. Basically, we can't deny or delay permits of the expansion if it's a non-conforming use. I believe that the shooting range that we have, it's a conforming use by right in their zoning district. So that really has nothing to do with us.
Why do they call it the changes? What are they changing? The changes for shooting ranges, like they changed it.
So the Indiana code is changing. The state law is changing for this, and it's the maintenance repair of shooting ranges is defined not to be an expansion of non-conforming use. So we can't say that if the shooting, and it's not, putting this out there, the shooting range is approved under its zoning district, but if they would, currently our non-conforming use says that if you're expanding your non-conforming use to something more than what it already is, it's no longer considered a non-conforming use. So let's say that the shooting range allowed old school muzzle loaders and cannonballs to be, they weren't currently allowed, right? And then they want to allow those. We could say, well, that's considered a non-conforming use. You have to bring everything into compliance. This is saying that maintenance repair of a shooting range cannot be, or is defined to be not an expansion of a non-conforming use. So they would be allowed to do maintenance repair.
Presumably some plan commissioner BZA around the state balked at a repair request.
Probably.
So they're doing this
Or
statute to
expansion
deal with
of.
a one-county problem,
Yes, yes.
which is what they do a lot.
And this is, from what I'm understanding, there's a lot in
guessing.
Elkhart County that's going on.
Which
That
one?
Elkhart County
Oh.
has a lot of issues going on, and I don't know, but, nothing that we have. The other change is House Enrolled Act on page 6, the last paragraph there. People who are currently appointed by, and I believe it's Frank, Suzanne, Angie, and Jerry that are appointed by commissioners, you don't have to be appointed. If the commissioners appoint you for, you're allowed to remain on the board as long as they hold office. So if the same commissioners that appointed you 4 years ago are the same commissioners, they don't have to reappoint you every 4 years. You're automatically renewed for another 4 years.
This is gonna make it harder to keep track.
Yes, it is.
Oh, Andrew, can you
who's
just
there
go
doing
down there and talk to these people, please? Oh, no?
that? I said, I don't, I mean.
I mean, this is what's so frustrating, is they're creating more headaches for the local officials to figure out who's appointed, what their expiration term is. It's crazy.
And then did some commissioner or council person change because they resigned or because?
Well, right, so the
retired
change of the
earlier?
office holder means that the appointee can serve out the remainder of their specified term. So in this case,
Yes.
if all 3 commissioners would resign, not gonna happen.
Well, we have one.
You all are allowed to serve out the remainder of your term until the new people come into place, which is probably what would happen anyway, but,
Well, since you guys have been appointed, we've got 3 new commissioners. You weren't on it.
Oh, we might.
My term ends with Bill Hartman's term.
yeah, you're up at the end
Finish
of this year.
December unless the commissioners.
We just reappointed.
Yep,
Suzanne just got reappointed.
Yeah,
last year. Yeah,
beginning of this year.
Okay.
Was it the beginning of this year?
Beginning of this year.
Okay. So yeah, just some annoyances. The biggest annoyance is the reporting stuff. Y'all should just read this and see what we have to report. It's just crazy. Like some stuff, for instance, we don't regulate or track rent prices, but they want the county executive to report the median rent prices and year-over-year change in rent prices. So what the rent prices are from 2026 to 2027, if they go up or down, what's that percentage? They want the county executive to report that. The rental is not a government controlled thing. We're not in China, thank God. But, so things like this that are just, our Northeast Indiana group that meets monthly for planning and zoning people have been in discussions with our local legislators to see about changing some things. But to be honest, there's probably going to be some more changes coming that are going to, I believe, give less local control to your county executives and your plan commissions and require more by right approvals for things because of the perceived red tape that there is in the state. And it's not, I don't believe it's in Northeast Indiana or DeKalb County or Noble or Steuben or any county up here. I believe that it's Marion County, and and even Fort Wayne, we hear that, and I don't even think it's Allen County that's the holdup. I just think there's the perception is worse than the reality, and they're creating solutions to problems that I believe don't exist. And you also want to make sure that housing is safe, not for the people that are living there when they build it, but for people that are purchasing the house down the road. And you want to make sure that houses are built to standards that are going to make it safe. And if you want to take those things away, then the state's gonna have to become liable for items that they're going to take away from local control.
No, they won't want to do that.
Go talk to your state legislators and make sure you're voting for people who you want to see don't take away local control. And that's my soapbox. But y'all have this. If you've got questions, I'd be happy to talk about it with you. We did have at our last meeting, there was, and I did not invite anybody, so don't feel like I'm saying this out of context, but we did have one county commissioner from Noble County come to our last meeting that was just in shock about things that the state is doing that you just don't realize until the law is actually passed. So. Meredith and Charity are going to be busy getting me a lot of information this year.
Is there anyone in the audience that wishes to comment on anything for the good of the cause? No, seeing none, we will adjourn to our next meeting on July 15th.